Greetings, hockey friends. My name is Joe Branco here at Culturama Hockey. As you might have guessed, I do a lot of team and player analysis, and I watch a ton of hockey to research for the videos that we produce. There are a handful of resources that I utilize to get my information. Many of the info I gather is from coaches and scouts and hockey organizations across the world. Of course, the rest of the information, well, I need to find that on the internet. So now, whether you're interested in researching hockey information like I do to compare teams and players or programs, or if you're just interested in hockey statistics or culture, there are hundreds of websites out there that offer all kinds of things for hockey fans like yourself. I've decided to share with you my top 9 hockey websites. Most of these websites I do look at daily, and I just wanted to check them out with you, so let's take a look. Number 1, My Hockey Rankings. MyHockeyRankings.com is the source to find all team rankings for USA and Canada, including AAA Tier 1 and Tier 2 programs from Squirts through 18U. You can also find team rankings for all Minnesota and North Dakota youth hockey levels of play. So if you wanted to, for example, see Minnesota Bantam AA rankings, you can just go here and take a look at those as well. You can also find boys and girls prep schools for New England Prep, USA Independent Prep, Canada Independent Prep, as well as boys and girls high school hockey ranked per state are also found on MyHockeyRankings.com. So if you were in California hockey in high school, or if you were in Minnesota high school hockey, you could find that in this site. So juniors, men's, women's college programs are also ranked on the site. My college rankings is very reliable with the algorithms that they use for those rankings. Years ago, when I first saw the site, I was pretty skeptical in terms of their accuracy, but year after year, those rankings seem to prove themselves surprisingly accurate. I think it has to do with how they're looking at strength of season, the team ranking factors that give a value to a lot of different factors that go into it, and then it changes as the season goes on. I think all of that combined makes those algorithms really smart, and they seem to be pretty accurate. It comes down to tournament play as well. So it's my go-to site for youth rankings, and I encourage you to check it out. All right, number 2, Elite Prospects. Online since about 1999, Elite Prospects is a statistical hockey resource serving over 800,000 unique visitors per week. It is the most informative hockey player database on the web. Elite Prospects is based out of Sweden and part of Every Sport Media Group. This is a key resource for youth, junior, college, and professional scouts, coaches, and hockey researchers as well. So you should give it a try and see if you were on the Elite Prospects list. So, for example, if you ever played on the Brick, in the Brick tournament, if you've ever played in sort of an elite level selects tournament, or you're a key contributor to one of the top tier hockey teams, you might see yourself on the list. So I recommend that you go check it out again. So you can search through various filters as well. So for example, let's take a look at this. If you wanted to look for the 2006 birth year USA born defensemen, now you can take a look and see who's the most popular based on who's viewing those profiles, as you can see here. So it will show you how many times your profile has been viewed as well. So this is a great resource to look up a player's background and playing history. So I highly encourage you to check out, see if you're on the list, and if you're not, let's get yourself on that list. So Elite Prospects, pretty cool. Number 3, USCHO. So USCHO.com is the best resource for accurate college rankings in the United States. So they cover the rankings for D1, D2, and D3 for both men and women. The USCHO also shows the current standings for each division in the NCAA. One of the cool things about the site is the stats area. So you can look up any player, and you can also look up their historical statistics for any college hockey team. So let's say, for example, you wanted to see the University of Minnesota Gophers. You can look up their team history and record, and you can easily check it out here on this site. So USCHO, check that out if you're a college hockey fan. Number 4, HockeyDB. HockeyDB is the largest source of hockey information on the internet. Started by the legend Ralph Slate back in 1996, the Internet Hockey Database, or HockeyDB, finds every detail about hockey history, and they gathered it all into one location for hockey enthusiasts. So going out of his way to find the most obscure details on hockey players and teams, Slate's done a really good job of finding the information and this really good depth of information for you, and put it all over the site. So today you can find an incredible amount of information and detail on players, teams, and leagues. You can see contract status, personal attribute information, league information, logos. If you were interested in the old logos, were broken down by years. You find all roller hockey players, for example, and league information on them. So Hockey Database is the best place to get lost on an afternoon searching for random players. So I encourage you right now to give it a shot. Go check out Hockey Database. See what's the most interesting hockey profile you can find, and post that in the comment section below. So there's lots of interesting, cool people that exist out there, and some very unique profiles and information that you can find on Hockey Database. So check that out. Number 5, Draft Site. So Draft Site is exactly what you might guess. It's a great resource for expert mock drafts for each sport, including NHL, NFL, NBA, WNBA, and the MLB. You can look up this year's mock draft, for example, or even the current projections for next season's mock draft. So we can take a look at the draft rankings for 2020, for example, as you can see here. But let's take a look at 2021. So obviously the team order can change with the draft lottery as well as trades and deals. But you can see your top 3 players going into the mock draft for 2021, draft eligible year. And I'm going to make this statement right now. I believe Chaz Lucius will go 2nd overall. So that's a Culturama prediction. So anyway, check out Draft Site. It's a lot of fun to see these up and coming players and see where they actually land up. So check it out. Number 6, Hockey Reference. HockeyReference.com is a great hockey resource for all kinds of very interesting information. You can see who made their recent debut in the NHL, who passed away recently, who your favorite hockey player's birthday is. You can find schedule standings and even the NHL Hall of Fame list. So you can also see the trade deadline, scouting combine schedules, award ceremony trends, trending player pages, and pro hockey rumors. Not only can you see upcoming NHL games and their times, but you can see the odds of who's going to win in that game as well. So I most enjoy the frivolity section of the website. So as its name implies, it's frivolous information. And this is where you're going to find all kinds of very fun facts. One of them is all the players that have worn a certain jersey number in the past. So if you wear number 9, you can go see the list of NHL players that have ever worn the number 9 in their career at some point. So that's pretty fun. You can also check out current player salaries. Did you know that the top 3 player salaries all play for Toronto right now? Well, now you do. Be sure and check out hockeyreference.com. It's a pretty fun site. Number 7, Daily Faceoff. So dailyfaceoff.com is a really fun site, especially if you were looking for player ratings, line combinations, roster information, and NHL game odds. This is your go-to site for stats and advice for your daily fantasy hockey, for example, with analysis ready to consume for the most avid fantasy hockey player. It's one of the best resources for easily finding news, including line changes, roster moves, trades, and injury reports. My favorite part of this website is probably just being able to see all the different lines for each team and who's coming up to play that night. I think that's pretty cool, being able to know going into a game what the lines are supposed to be. So pretty interesting site, definitely a go-to if you're a fantasy hockey player. Number 8, Hockey Fights. With Hockey Fights, it's exactly what you think it's going to be. The best resource for finding every fight in the NHL, AHL, ECHL, WHL, any HL, it's going to be there. So it's really easy to navigate. You can quickly find the fight that you want by going to the league, to the team, to the date, or by looking by specific players. There's even voting results on each fight to determine who everybody thinks is the winner based on popular votes. You can check out which players currently top the list of fights for the season, or you can check out the ranking of teams according to the number of fights on the season. So right now, Anaheim Ducks are in the lead. If you love Hockey Fights, check out their website. Number 9, the Hockey News. The Hockey News offers fans expert analysis and insight into all levels of the game, from minor hockey to the NHL. Their continuous and in-depth prospect coverage shines a spotlight on the next generation of hockey players. They've recently put a big focus on the women's game that can't be found elsewhere. So that's a really big commitment for them in terms of hockey, especially women's hockey moving forward. They dive really deep into topics that matter for hockey players in the hockey community, and the Hockey News gives readers a unique perspective they can't get elsewhere. So along with their video content, exclusive interviews, and growing stable of podcasts, their robust coverage makes them a one-stop shop for hockey fans. The Hockey News, check them out. All right, so these are my go-to sites for hockey information and entertainment. Thank you so much for joining us as we reviewed my top 9 favorite hockey websites. Be sure and check them all out. We'll see you on the ice.